Bam! Weekly Dama news coming at you for another round. It is March 14th, 2022. And hopefully we're going to have a good one. Hopefully you're going to enjoy this one. Another roundup of the news. Host over here, KENDERTAINMENT, MJ. And we're going to have our buddy co-host Rylan from Kendama jumping in as well to bring everyone the news, because sometimes you're scrolling here and there on Instagram or Facebook, wherever you've been scrolling and burning out your fingerprint because you're scrolling so much, and maybe you missed some stuff. Maybe there were some things that you caught but actually forgot about. We're going to bring those emotions back to you for this one. So let's let Ryan. Now, what's up, everyone that's jumping in on the IG live? Thank you so much for hanging out with us and being a part of this live communal weekly Dama news roundup that we do all the time. And hey, just a little news for everyone up front. We are also uploading to YouTube. So if you are wanting to dive in after the fact, maybe you can only hang out for us with us for like 10 minutes or something, jump over on YouTube. In the next few days, you'll be able to watch it all. And hats off to Rylan, no pun intended, because he was wearing hats. He's helping out and adding the timestamps for each topic. So, hey, maybe there's only a few points that you want to hear us talk about, only a few companies you're really interested to hear what we have talking about. So that's a new cool thing that is up there. So, Rylan, thanks for that help out.
Yeah, anytime, dude.
Let's jump in on this week to talk about what's been happening. Is there anything you want to open with?
I don't know if I want to open with this or close with this because it's a trick. Let's just open with it because it's insane. Of course, everybody saw this. Everybody was talking about this. This is insane. And I'll let it play for a second. But he does, in the palm. He catches it in the palm of his hand, and it just clicks. And I have been watching it pretty much nonstop because I don't understand how anybody could possibly do that. It seems almost impossible to me.
Yes, yes, that dude has been doing that. I think within the past month for 28 Tricks Later, it was finally landed. I'm sure this is something he's been working on for a while, and his name slips me, or at least his handle right now. Something about like bacon bread or something, or baskets.
The SonicPineapple.
Okay. Food was involved.
Food was involved. You were really close, actually. No, okay. Yeah.
And I'm sure he's been working on it for a while, because this is a trick that me and my buddies were like, this is a joke kind of trick. Like in 2014, when me and my friends are hanging out at Sulab, like, what kind of thing could we do? Like, yo, wouldn't that be awesome if it would just like bam, bam, magically happen? And I'm pretty sure that I've seen Bonds possibly attempt or like messing around, like do this trick. But yeah, it's usually, the pull up to base cup or whatever, get into base cup, and you're in the down spike position handle. And then you just pop it up and balance on the spike. A lot of people do. You give a little hand spin, extra style right there. But to have it do the base cup, actually. Land base cup as well as go for the palm balance. That is when the trick becomes almost unattainable.
Yeah.
Unless you're a Sonic fruit.
Well, and the craziest thing
came out wrong. I don't even know the dude.
The craziest thing to me is the string pinch right there.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not even just, like he's tossing it and catching it in his hand. It's the whole movement is so clean, so much flow, but not necessarily in a chaotic way. It's very precise. Yeah. And it definitely needed to be touched on. I just wasn't sure if that was like a first thing to start off with.
Hey, why not? Yeah. I mean, most of a lot of brands are reposting that.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
It's something to shake our rectangle worlds that we're in.
And if you were in Josh Grove's on the Sweets Twitch rock, paper, scissors tournament, before, as he was waiting for people to sign up for the tournament, he was like, let's just watch this for like 3 minutes. No words, no talking, just take it in. Like, and people in chat were just like all uppercase letters just screaming. Like, it's absurd. It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, when he did the trick initially, well, I forgot what it was. I think it was just like a Ken flip kind of pull up or something, or like from a lighthouse. I forgot what it was exactly, but the entry, how he got into the trick was a little different. So I think this is when he really ups the ante with the motion of doing that goon, then the pinch, having it fly towards him, and then everything's just coming together. It's like the first time you see all the Power Ranger whatever robots, mechs come together to form that machine, the giant, I forgot what they're called, Megazord. Then it's like, what? How does what?
What is it
and then
called?
you just keep on watching it. Yeah. Somebody got my throat.
I don't know.
Too excited. Okay. So yeah, no, that's everyone. SonicPineapple. He's on some stuff.
Insane stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. Okay, let's jump over to. Okay, if we're gonna go tricks, I don't have any other tricks. So, but
Yeah.
let's just go into things that are happening because the world is kind of opening back up. A lot of people are getting out there and doing live events again. And some of those, we got two that I have picked up that I've seen that are in the upcoming is the Dama in the D is happening. So everyone up in the, where's that? Minnesota area?
I think so.
In Winnedonte? Wandotty.
That's
Minnesota. Michigan.
Yes.
So MN is Minnesota. I've been out of the state way too long, guys. Don't give me citizen test or nothing. Okay, so that's happening. Yes. Dama in the D. And this is one from Glowfish Studios. They have been doing this event for a long ass time. So anyone who's been in that scene, I'm pretty sure Stank Master Flex is in there, Ronnie. And I've seen him be a part of that community over at the Glowfish Studio. So it's cool to see that able to open it up and have this event because it's not such a massive event, I believe. It feels like in the past pictures that I've seen and stuff. But hey, 3 days, I bit my tongue. 3 days, it seems like it's going to be a big event.
Yeah. For it to be 3 days is pretty big. I would say so because NACO is 3 days, right? Which seems fitting with the size of the fact that it's the North American Kendama Open.
Right.
But for like smaller events, like other upcoming events that we'll talk about after this one, they're usually just 1 day and sometimes 1 day in multiple cities.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing. But I would assume that they either have a lot planned or they know a lot of people are going. Like Sweets has already commented on it. So I would assume, like you said, they're going to get Ronnie out there. And I guess probably Sweets would just send out everybody else as well.
I mean, they are mostly almost like 80% of the players in the world right now.
Right.
It's dominating. But
they are. Yeah.
So if anyone's in that area, 3 days worth. I didn't look more into, I just have that one post saved and then I was just scrolling through everyone looking more into it. 3 days, what are they going to do in the 3 days? Like what can you do besides jam? Because we look at NACO and they have set days like this is the amateur am, this is the pro am day, this is the freestyle day, maybe not the Foles day. But so far, there's a Dom in the D Instagram account that has the single post that we just showed you the picture for.
Yeah.
And it just says May 13th, 14th, 15th. Oh, shit. There you go. Now looking at the profile, it says 13th, jam sesh. That's it. 14th, 15th, competition at the venue.
Oh, I also could have
14,
just looked
15.
at the bio. All right.
Hey.
Well, I mean,
we learn as we go, everyone. Weekly Dominators, welcome. So, and the other one is
Sakura
Bears are coming
Classic
to town. The Sakura Classic is coming back. One put together by Master Weens himself over from GT. And last year it was online with the help of the Sweets Studio. They had it going on Twitch with a very epic final of who got the Sakura jacket at the end. That was amazing. Because, you always, it's all about that spike. It's all about that last spike. No matter how many tricks you can do, how quickly you can do it, just that last move. And I know that most of us who have ever tried turn bridge wells Well, yeah, Tunbridge, however you want to say it. We've all gotten to like the final motion. And then all you need to do is an earth turn, which you've done just in the past, like however many hours of you practicing the trick. You've done thousands of times, let alone in your whole career of doing earth turns, but you don't get it. Just a touch about how the last crown was taken, and to see it come finally bloom into a full in-person event is really cool to see. And you did mention, Rylan, that they're going to be taking it to different cities.
Yes, I saw a picture. Oh, there it is. It's on the Sakura Classic account. They're going to... Is that multiple photos? No. Why? Where?
I believe they're starting in Chicago, Illinois on April 24th.
Then they're going to... I think the next one is Oakland, California, and then the next day is Nashville, maybe?
Yes.
Oakland and Nashville are back-to-back days, which is kind of insane to me.
And Nashville's coming up quicker, April 9th, happening quicker.
Yeah, so maybe it's the 9th and the 10th for Nashville and Oakland, and then April 24th is Chicago. And obviously,
okay, so it comes back to the home.
Yeah. Chicago's like the big one,
home
right?
field.
Like that's like his territory, so that's an exciting one to go to. I do want to try to go to Tennessee, but I have so much other stuff I got to do this year. I've got weddings I got to go to. I got to go to NACO.
Yeah.
NAKO, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
So, Weens did a live stream where he was like running through the tricks. Nashville, it's close. I guess Oakland's probably closer for me. I want to go, but money. So I hope to see you guys there. Not that other people won't be there, but I won't be.
So it's cool to see that they're bringing it back. And one of the best things about, of course, the Sakura Classic, not only the iconic bear logos, but the interesting tricks that are put in, because I've said it in the past too, with the old school Ken Garden battles that have happened. Some of the most fun times that I've heard, Rice talk about is when they get rid of the different types of skill sets. And no matter if you are in the intermediate, advanced, or pro level, they all do the beginner's bracket, because then it's all about precision and speed. So, because it gets boring if you do like a normal kind of like ladder style trick, and at like a pro level for the pros, like all the tricks are pretty ridiculous. It gets boring because it takes a while. We don't want that. That should be like set up for a different style where it is timed, in the world of like Kendama World Cup, how they have it set up, that whole system that works well. But when we're trying to have a head-to-head battle, it's like, you want to watch Mario Kart? Everyone's like riding as fast as they can, trying to get to the finish line, not like slowly going, little by little getting there. Maybe a bad analogy, but. So it's really cool to see that Jake always throws in some awkward, weird, personalized tricks in these. I'm just going to go to because some of them, like, you might not even know what they are. And then Jake even specifically says, I believe he released a story just a little bit ago saying, like, there's some weird ones in there, so go to the YouTube. Or I don't know if he has a video up on Instagram, but I think on the YouTube, just demonstrating the tricks and what they are.
Yeah. Like, so dude,
come on. Yeah. Whirlwind coin toss.
A weird one, I think, is the Kush countdown, which is a 2-turn cushion, 1.5 cushion, 0.5 cushion, which isn't like a weird trick, but then it gets back to like the ladder thing. Like if that was in a ladder and people are like really just trying to be, I don't know. It's very easy to mess up a Kush tap, So you got to be very precise, and nobody wants to like, it would just take forever. Yeah, it would be insane.
Exactly. Depending on, your skill level, like that's one I'll be like, man, that'd take me forever. I would just give up. Spike toss, peer away, Ken grip, Ken catch, Ken grip,
Yeah.
Just very, very like simple, but at the same time, like how often do you do that? How often do you practice that without looking like a moron or playing like some Michael Jackson in your head as you're doing the spin? It might help you. There's other spins in there too, Where's this one from? Just I guess just the tricks is massive list. UFO Mateo spin. Okay, you got a UFO. All right, we all do that. But have you Mateo spin? Have you gotten down as low as you can, not just for the spike, but for the actual motion to, you want power when you are doing that UFO, because you don't want it to just wet noodle out of that bevel. You want to smack it, slam it in, and just follow with your centrifugal force, do that 360, and that's Mateo spin. Makes you feel good.
It's a cool thing, like when you get it and it like hits, you're like, wow. Like it makes sense why he would like coin that as like his thing, the Mateo spin, just because it's sick. Yeah. It's a cool thing to do. But Sakura's
and that's what you have to do. That's the name of the trick, everyone. UFO Mateo spin. You can't just UFO it. You got to hit that Mateo spin. If there's extra points on like the speed, the flare, like if you topple over from the spin, but you still have the UFO held, goes to the judges. Who knows what's going to happen there? But it just, again, more interesting stuff. Ken grip, scooping goldfish, Insta Sarah, grip down spike. I was doing those back in the day too. Those are super fun. You do a scooping goldfish. As you pop it up, you just let it loft up for a bit, grab it for a down spike. So nasty when you get those. Hey, I even did one I remember that was doing that over to fucking Insta airplane, I guess you would call that. Fast hand. Fast hands, Fast handed. Yeah. So fun. So like bringing out these different types of ideas for tricks is so awesome. Another one, roll the dice, juggle to spike. Like what? So roll the dice, and however many numbers are on your dice is how many juggles you got to do to spike it.
I don't know. If it's not that, that's sick. If it's not that, I claim it. That's a Dama.
That's totally
thing.
it.
Yeah,
that's totally. It's gotta be. It has to be it. There's no other way. I would dread getting 6. Yeah, snake eyes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 6 with both dice, just doing 12 juggles and then spiking that. Done. Insane.
Yeah. So everyone, not only is this an awesome event that you can take part in, but thanks to Weens putting these different tricks out there for people to kind of expand their ideas of tricks or do something that is maybe out of the ordinary to, hey, maybe make you a better Kendama player or look at it as in a different way to improve yourself. So awesome Sakura Classic coming up. Get out to one of those cities if you can.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey man, I think last year they even did they do it in Japan? Last year? Kind of feel like there was news about something, or maybe like Weens hit me up. He's like, could we do that somehow? That would be cool. That'd be cool. Any case.
Let's just run through the sweet stuff really fast.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, there wasn't a sweets Dama this week, but there is the massive sweets sale. It's insane. They got this spring cleaning sale. Yeah. And it's stackable.
You don't even need a vacuum. You don't need a Swiffer. None of that shit.
Nothing.
All you need is a wallet with money.
And you're doing the cleaning for sweets. But for $40, I got 2 cushion kendamas for $40.
And what's the B grade? Let's hear it. Because that's what they're selling B grades. So there's something that is off about it.
Not all of them are B grades. I would say.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was like some of them are B grades. So I only took this out of the package just to look at it to see what the B grade was, and then I'm gonna have Josh sign it when I see him next week because I'm kind of lame like that. But I ran through this whole Tama. I ran through the whole Ken. I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't think this is a B grade. Like it was listed as a B grade, but I mean it's got all of the engravings. It's got all the paint on it. So I don't know.
You got to ask. Then you have to ask Josh. He'll probably be able to like, oh yeah, the colors, the fade of the color is actually inverted. Oh, it's like such a tiny thing,
Yeah, probably. Actually, I wouldn't doubt it. But it is stackable. So if you use like, who has discount codes? I know that Cody talks about the TikTok code. If you type in TikTok, it's 15% off. Kendama Depot guy, MJR, 15% off. 10, 15. I don't know.
No way. So you're adding extra discounts?
Yeah, so everything's already
It's
deep
like
in the sale.
It's like the
And
Power
then-
Rangers Voltron shit we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, so I think it would have been like $50-ish for both of those, but I got them for like $40, including shipping, which is like a great deal. So yeah, go pick something up from Sweets because it's been a minute since I have. And then
can you use Dama dollars? You should be able to, right? I would assume.
I wouldn't see why not. Because I feel like Dama dollars is more of like a gift card almost.
Okay.
So I think
Just
you could get 15% off and then use your $25 off coupon code. I could be wrong. I don't know. Because I'm saving up for that Dama dollars, Dama, you know?
And well, that's what I'm thinking. Like what's the better deal? I guess depending on what kind of, if you're a collector, if you just want a bunch of Damas, like it would almost feel like the better idea to use those Dama dollars in this case. Or you know what? In fact, like the first thing that hit my brain when I saw this sale and then seeing all the different, like the pros and the sponsored players advertise like, hey, you can get this Dama. It's like for this cheap. It's like, it's crazy. I'm like, yo, have they done this before? And I kind of feel that they did. And then if they do it for the future, why should we be buying Kendamas at the normal price when all you have to do is wait 1 year until spring to get them all? Not all. I guess you can miss out.
Yeah.
But you can get them for a cheaper price. I ask you. I ask you, Rylan, who often opens his wallet up to the sweets.
Too much.
The sweet tooth. That's what we coin people who buy from Sweets all the time. Sweet tooths.
Wow. I like that a lot, actually. I guess in my personal opinion, I do feel a little bad that I waited to buy Parker's Pro Mod until it was on sale because a certain portion of those sales goes to the pro player, right?
True.
So let's say, I picked this thing up for like $20, $30. Maybe that was the price to produce them, especially since it's got the split. And I think it's like a cherry Tama. So, it's a little bit more expensive. So maybe $30 was the price to produce. And they're selling it at cost now because they're just trying to clear out some of the space to get in new Damas. Well, so then, is Parker not getting any money? Because Parker's a really great player.
He is. But, you could also look at it at the fact of you're then supporting Sweets to make new Damas, more Damas in the future that are going to be pretty good. As well as, I doubt Parker really cares. That's just the extra icing on the top to be a part of, making his own Dama and being in the Sweets team and stuff.
I will say that when I posted on my account, so I ordered these on Thursday and they got to my house Saturday morning, which is already crazy fast shipping. Not that Sweets has anything to do with that, but great job, USPS. But so I posted on my story, I was like, dang, I ordered these 2 days ago. They're already here. And I tagged Josh and Parker in my post because they were the Damas that I got. And Parker messaged me almost immediately. And he was like, did you seriously buy my Dama? And I was like, yeah, it's a cool Dama. Of course I did. And he was like, wow, man, that just means so much to me. Thank you so much for the support. And it hurt my heart. Do people not like Parker? He's great. So,
no, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't asking at the end, you should have bought it when it was on sale, true. You asshole. It's so that's a small thing about it. So I don't think you'd have to worry so much about feeling guilty about getting things when they're on sale,
For sure.
But
you are right.
Part of that team stuff.
There is a chance that the Dama you want could sell out. But if it doesn't sell out and you wait a year to buy it, this is only this one came out 2 months ago, so I'm surprised it's on sale.
True. Yeah.
But and then his first Pro Mod came out just 6 months before that. So maybe they're damn, we got so many Parker Pro Mods. Maybe they just kind of did them too close back to back. You know what I mean? Because Zach and Nick haven't had a restock in a year.
Hey, they're working on something. They have
to be. Yeah. Anyway, if you are willing to wait and possibly lose out on a Dama that you like, pick it up when they do their spring cleaning or Black Friday sales. Save cash, dude. Because $60 for a Kendama, Kush Clear is great, but $60 is a lot. Almost too much.
Right. Money. And I almost would like to say for those people who are complaining about it on different forums and whatnot about the Cushion Clear not lasting and, I don't want to pick it up. I'd say, I think since it's all hand painted, there's going to be fluctuations on the quality of them, which does suck when you're buying at not a premium, but the normal price.
Yeah.
But so here's a chance, hey, possibly give sweets another chance, because depending on the types of paint, they could be getting better. Maybe you want to grab one that maybe not has so much paint, or like with a natty bottom. I don't know. Some people have different theories of what sticks better, but in the end, I remember back in the day when they were making their the paints for their homegrowns at the beginning, and there was this really cool translucent blue one that they had. I think it was one of the first ones that they released, and there was a big problem with one of the paintings that they did for a batch of them, a big batch, because of it didn't dry properly enough, because it was below whatever 20 where they're painting and shit. So it was difficult to keep the control over. And in the end, these Damas started peeling like crazy, and sweets, you hit them up properly with nice words and kindness, and they will return that back to you and, produce another Kendama or something of value that you could be happy about. So it's going to happen. It's going to fluctuate. They're painting in-house. They are testing out something new and been pushing the envelope for such a long time that I feel like where it does suck, you can't hate on them so hard for doing something that's more than just your standard paints from Hyundai.
Yeah.
And here's a chance to go out and get it at a price where you might be not feeling so bad.
And just to double down on the fact that kaijus are on sale, $69.99 is the price, or pretty close to the price, of a regular sweets kendama, because they're $50, right?
Yeah.
For that price, go pick up a kaiju while you're at it. Or just, if you don't have a kaiju, pick up a kaiju.
Break a finger, smash a toe or two. Enjoy.
Exactly. I never play mine because I am terrified of breaking fingers and toes. But the fact that I have it is just cool, right? If I ever wanted to, I guess I could
break a toe.
Yeah.
Some intruders coming to the house. You know where you're going.
Yeah.
Normal people go for the steel bat. Rylan goes for the kaiju.
Oh, yeah. And my wife, when I got it, was very adamant. She was like, you do not play this around the kids. You need to be alone. Because, I mean, they walk underneath you when you're trying to whirlwind. Imagine dropping that thing on somebody.
Oh, my gosh. No way.
Terrifying.
Out. Terrifying.
And then, Sweets Kendamas, speaking of Parker's Pro Mod coming out just 2 months ago, released their Battle at the Border team, group video.
Yes.
It's long, 30 minutes, but I've watched it multiple.
Yeah.
I've watched it multiple times every day since it's come out, and I actually just posted that on my story. It is the best thing I've ever seen to come out of an event ever. It makes me really want to be a part of the Sweets team somehow. I'll quit my job, Matt. If you're watching this, I'll quit my job right now. Fly out to Minnesota. I won't, but it's great. It's great. It's very. It almost reminds me of the Nick and Zach Gallagher documentary that they did. It's not necessarily so much about people's past, but just in the way that there's a very good, decent amount of storytelling and good tricks, and it's great. It's really great. And
is it along the lines? Is it along the lines of the Krom Euro Tour feeling? The vibe of following, you get some words from the people, what's happening. Yeah, I'm sure it was a little different because that tour was multiple days.
I would say it's very similar to that. If you have the time to just sit down, if you have the time to just sit down and take it all in, they're premiering Parker's second pro edit for his second pro mod, right? And they keep panning back to Parker as he's watching very meticulously to
right.
You can tell he's gauging the audience and he's really watching his edit to make sure it came out the way he wanted. And that was just a cool little detail, to see that. And then I guess at Battle at the Border, they brought people up on stage, and the Sweets team were people teaching people's moms their first spikes. And all of that was just super cool to see, especially since I wasn't there and I wanted to be there, but I wasn't. Yeah. So, I the first time I watched it, I wanted to cry. I felt sentimental for some reason. Nobody died, but I was wow, great edit. I don't know who edited it. Probably Cooper George, but great.
George,
super good.
I believe it's George. Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I believe I remember people talking about how he was the one filming a lot, and I believe he's the one that took on the editing. I could be wrong, but in any case, doing lots of stuff. So that's cool. Yeah, that's one that I have to watch. And I was very pleasantly surprised that it was like the time on it was like 20 something minutes. Like you were saying, it's a long one. So it's really cool to see that it's not just like filled with like really quick highlights and stuff. Like there's got to be some girth to this one because it's 20 minutes. It's good stuff to see. Moving on to another kind of happily, pleasantly surprising long video, High Receipts, which we highly recommended in our last Dama News recap last week. Hey, they got vlog number 2 out. Vlog 1 went out a while ago, and it was kind of like a mishmash of their past edits, but also kind of a little behind the scenes type of action. Here we have a 14-minute video of them doing the same thing, like a little bit more of their messing around, being just friends. Like, I think especially the people who are above the age that they are, you know, who are possibly in their like 30s, late 20s, can look back and be like, yeah, this is what I did with my friends when we were like skating, you know, getting chased out of spots from the police and stuff, just messing around, having a good time. And these guys are bringing it in the Kendama sphere. So it's so awesome to see. So go to the YouTube channel for Soma Fujita's YouTube channel. He's got that out with a lot of other cool stuff. So check it out.
And I think, I might be wrong, I think it was Nobu who posted a screenshot saying that they have English captions on this one. I don't think there was English captions on the last one. So if you're an American like me and you just really like High Receipts, but you didn't watch like the vlog 1, right? Because I don't know Japanese.
Right.
There is, I haven't watched this one yet either, but supposedly there is English captions. I don't know how well they translate. I think they're auto-generated, but it might make it a little bit.
At least from my knowledge, YouTube doesn't translate. Oh, wait, do they? No, they do. Depends on, at least in any case, from my experience personally, I've never had it work properly. So I'm not sure about that. But yes, if there is someone who possibly helped out, that's an idea that I had actually just last night. I watched on Seoul. They had a video that went out on the YouTube channel talking when Noah went on a Japanese kind of like news variety show over in her area. And they had one of their anchors kind of talk to Noah and, you know, do a kendama kente. I forgot like what the basic tricks, you know, and stuff. And like it's a 20-minute video of pretty much pulled straight from the TV, from this TV show and put on YouTube and stuff. And I watched it. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know, I had fun time watching Noah as well. And it was like at the end, I was like, wait a second. I'm like, can anyone understand this? I was like, I'm just like, it's cool to see, but if you don't understand it all, like 20 minutes is kind of a long time and there's 0 subtitles. Hopefully, you know, they're asking someone to help with translating that, because it's a cool little spot that you'll see in a different kind of way, maybe a different understanding how you could see that, you know, Japanese people are surprised or maybe not surprised at some points of kendama because it is such a normal thing in the culture.
Yeah. Before we move on from anything else, I also want to just show this off really fast. Really quick.
New kendama tattoo?
What? No. This like sport movement brand thing, and they play kendama in it.
That's a UNIQLO ad.
Is it really?
So I wanted to talk about that, unless it's something different. No, that's the UNIQLO ad. Yeah. So that was the next one I was going to move on to, sports utility wear from UNIQLO. Yeah. Yep.
And it's coming up, right? It's any second. Yeah.
Just a few people right bobbing up and down. Where are the bobbers? There they are. There's 2 shots of the bobbers. 1, 2. Train's going in the back. There's Noah. There's the High Receipts. Yeah. So again, another kind of cool thing that you can see the Japanese, even bigger companies, corporate companies, seeing the movement, I said that weird, of kendama and in the younger generations to see how it has been reinvigorated with this different style, with a style, I should say, maybe a cool style. And that's really cool. I doubt they got like anything cool out of it. Who knows if they were actually wearing their sport utility UNIQLO clothes? Probably not. But to see them highlight it just for a second is pretty sweet.
It does add a lot of validity to the thing that we do, right? And like Adam says at the beginning of every Cafe Kendama review podcast, it's more than just a ball in a cup, right? And like to us, it is, and like a lot of people on the outside are like, no, it's just a ball in a cup.
Yeah.
But stuff like this adds so much validity, especially when you're showing it in short little bursts with like people playing basketball and people skateboarding, like just those little things that help us not look like we're playing with a kid's toy, because we're not. Like at the end of the day, like I've seen like serious crazy, like I've given myself serious crazy injuries from like a Ken to the head. So it's not an extreme sport, but
yeah. And that kind of ties into understanding that recent Soul video about Noah, because this was one thing, like when they went up to their announcer and their talk, it seems like within the TV show, maybe like every once in a while, they have her do some sort of sport, something, and she has to do and see how proficient, how well she can do it. And they said, okay, this time we're doing Kendama. And then she's like, oh, okay. And she's like, is Kendama even a sport? You know? And then they showed video of, no, maybe they brought Noah out, and then, you know, she was doing some simple cup action around the worlds here and there. And then, you know, as little by little, the time went on, she elevated her skill and her play. And then at the end, like the staff was like panning it at the announcer, and she's like, oh shit, like, well, I guess that is a sport. Like, you know, it has developed and evolved from what the Japanese culture and the community has seen Kendama as this just toy. You know, it's like a top, spinning top. Like, what are you, like imagine the first time you saw those dudes in like Vietnam or China, those old dudes doing this crazy top spinning, or even like the younger generation. I'm just thinking of the Kuma vids where there was that old dude like throwing like four at a time and like popping balloons and shit. Like,
yeah, for sure. Well, and it's, yeah, okay, so like 2-ish, 3 weeks ago, my voice cracked really hard. Like 2 or 3-ish weeks ago, I was out in town doing like just big cup stuff, right? Because I had a bunch of my sweets, Kendamas, foundations, Kendamas that I was gifted to give away, and I was just doing big cup with a couple of friends, like waiting for kids to pop up. And like as kids would come, you know, we're like, okay, we'll teach you how to do a spike, and they spike, and we're like, you can keep that. And they kind of look at it, and they're like, but why though? You know, and then you bust out, you start doing juggles, and you like lighthouse, and you're like, they're like, oh, whoa, like you can do that. And it's like, yeah, like it looks like a toy until you really dive into it and you practice. And then it's more than a toy. It's like an actual sport, because it gets your heart rate pretty high. At least gets mine high. I don't know.
Yeah, so, definitely. Yeah. If you like compare it to like yo-yo as well, you know, it's like, oh, up, down, sweet. Like once you understand the motion, like, now what do I do with this thing? And then you show someone a video of some pro players doing some crazy stuff. And then that could spark, maybe it doesn't for some, but it could spark for those who are interested to further their game and further their journey down into it. So Kendama.
100%.
Ball in a cup. More than a ball in a cup. You know what else? Okay, you know, you go. I was going to go on a stupid segue. Go.
No, I was just going to say from High Receipts and all the Krom people, really fast, Mini Metal restock. They're still live on the store. So $50. Aluminum, as they say. Yes.
I was down with the silver. I was like, all right, you know, gold nugget, pretty cool, but you know, whatever. Hey, you got
the silver slaps though. The silver's kind of my favorite. Right. And I just spent money on sweet Kendamas. So kind of on the fence, but I might try to buy one because it looks cool and I want to wear it around my neck like a chain. That's all.
That's it, dude. Just shorten up your string and wear a normal Dama like a chain.
But it's not metal. It won't be.
Nah.
Okay. Anyway, go for your segue. Go.
Mine was going to be. It's not more than just a ball in a cup. That is true. It could be a item that you can hang clothes on. Yes, that's right. Dama Co has released.
That was good.
Hangers. Kendama hangers. Now, these got to be like kaiju size to fit adult clothing, because a normal Ken, 2 Kens and a Tama. I mean, I've never tried it. It doesn't seem like it would hold up. You could fit a t-shirt in there, but you're going to get a weird kind of like bend right here. Not where your shoulders are here. It's going to be like right here. You're going to have some spikes on your shoulder, I feel. But it's a cool concept that they're adding, you know, trying to recycle, because we want to be nice to the planet, recycling these old Kendamas that they have in a new way. That's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah. I think two Kens is an all right size, actually. And I think because Street Kendama Co, similar to me, works with cereal a lot, so I would assume that they would be. He's here. Are they cereal Kens? I just assumed that they would be cereal Kens.
Yes. Are they old cereal? Are they past expiration date cereal?
Old cereal.
Cereals.
No, I think that two regular Kens would fit fine, and I'm interested in picking one up. I don't know what I would hang on it because I unbranded.
There you go. From Daiso.
I don't know what I would hang on it because I am not going to buy like all of them, and I own way too many t-shirts. But I don't know. Maybe if I got like a cool like Kendama World Cup championship shirt, Bonds, sell me your clothes. Then that's what I would hang on it.
First you got to
like
get that G-Shock.
Yeah. I'm still Yes.
I think it's a really cool idea to have almost for like, I don't know, if you had like a Kendama room, which I think most people do, a collection of some sort, maybe you could have like, just have a coat rack next to it possibly, and you could fit these to kind of match up the rest of the Dama theme, and it could be a cool thing. And then you just put it, I don't know, for the jackets that you have when it's winter time or whatever, raincoat. I think many houses, depending on the style, will put their jackets towards the entrance. So, hey, you can look at more Damas even in the entrance.
Stacy brings up a really good point. Those hangers are for the Sakura Classic jacket. Yeah, if you win Sakura Classic, that is what you need to hang on your Street Kendama Co hanger. Like, without a doubt. That would be the coolest thing to hang. Easily.
Yeah. So this is a pretty cool thing. I'm just waiting until like somebody takes it to like the next level, because like you could possibly get two out of these if you could like splice it right down the middle. Like it's really simple to just use it like that, but you could double up on these, maybe like set it for a pair, make them a little cheaper. Who knows how it can go down a different style of rabbit hole, if you will, to create a new kind of product for the Kendama enthusiast. Because I'm thinking about, if you were ever a skateboarder, everyone wanted one of those skate deck benches for their fucking house to put outside or something,
Yes. Yeah.
So it's that kind of same style where like no one has gone into the territory so far yet of creating, like, besides like, I don't know, like shirts and like apparel, of accessories in some sort of way that you would look around your house and you have these normal items, but hey, let's turn that into a Kendama themed whatever in some fashion, and it could go somewhere else. Who knows?
Yeah. I was trying to think of what segues out of that.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But they're not on sale right now for everyone, but go follow Street Kendama Co because it says coming soon, Kendama hanger. So check it out. Okay, next one would be, hey, people still want Kendamas, right? Everyone wants Kendamas. I think Krom
all the time.
Italy, Krom Kendama is doing a giveaway right now. So comment your favorite color, follow Krom Italy, Krom Kendama on IG, share the story for bonus points content. It finishes March 13th. Winners. Oh, yes. What day is it? Today. For you guys.
Oh no. Oh shoot.
There you go.
I wonder, are we already too late?
Everyone, right now, go. You can come back. We'll still be talking. Krom Italy, 100%. Krom Kendama. Follow both. Just comment your favorite color on the post, which is on both accounts. It's a shared post.
Yes.
You see David just throwing around Chrome Pops. You're trying to get a Chrome Pop. That's what it is. He's out on like a terrace or something. That's the one.
Very, very Europe of them to be up on a roof like that with all these buildings in the background.
Hey.
That's my favorite thing that the Chromies do, is they're always playing on rooftops.
You know why? On top of the world, bro. Who's on top? Krom. On top.
Krom.
Above. Elevated.
Out of that, really quick, KUSA. Benjamin Bryan did a POV edit. If you guys don't remember Benjamin, he was the kid that said at NACO 2 years ago, maybe last year, he said, Yonkers, I'm about to get tanked. And I haven't stopped thinking about that ever. So funny. Yeah, like And I still think he won the match, if I'm not wrong.
I'm so old, I don't even understand what that phrase means.
Me either, yeah. He's like 10 years younger than I am. So, yeah, I was like, I don't know what that means. But yeah, Yonkers, I'm about to get tanked, was the highlight of NACO. Or maybe it was like Battle at the Border. I don't know. And then you should go watch it. It's great. Benjamin is really good at the tricks that he does. Then Friday Heat round 2. KUSA keeping it with these one-of-one handmade, well, not like hand-turned, but hand-picked Damas. And they come in a little fancy Kendama USA bag.
All right. So there you go. Keep your eyes out for some kind of rare setup, different setups from KUSA, so you can pick those up. Yeah. Reminiscent of Dama of the Day from Sweets, if anyone recalls that stuff. Okay. What else? Let's hook back around to Krom. They did, so I believe it's people who do like, what is it called? Like Dream Team, like basketball or something? Krom Kendama. March Madness season, let's mix it up, go with the Krom gang. So they're putting out those brackets that you can take a picture of, and they're asking you from everyone in the Krom team, who do you think would be winning this whole thing? It's very easy. You just take Yasu's name, put it right here, and draw him going through to the top. And then you win as a champ.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I was really
to work on.
I was caught off guard by how it was like. Pretty much everybody was like Yasu or Yui. Which I'm not surprised by, like great players, but I just thought I would see like one person be like D Westy no, it's all Yasu and Yui, like everyone that I've seen.
Because you just have to go by the recent history of these players. And if you're looking at how high that they rank on a stage level, live performing, Yasu Rolf destroys pretty good. Fred as well did pretty good, but Marcus as well. Jockbert does pretty good, but history-wise, Bonds, but Yasu took out Bonds last time we saw him in 2019, and I mean, Bonds has a chance because he has a lot of experience, and it's all about, at least for me, when I'm looking at this, when I'm thinking of it, if it's a stage like one-on-one, because it makes it feel like that when you're just having these two names put together. And it's like, all right, out of these two, who would win? It's like, I'm thinking freestyle, on stage, catch and flow-esque. Yasu. Yeah. Just destroys. He is not scared of anything. He has the skill. He has the talent. He's got that swagger. Like, he could go out, destroy.
But somebody said, are we talking open or freestyle bracket? And Krom Kendama responded and said, just overall play, textile, and steez! ! So, I mean, you really could, any of these players. I mean, everybody on, it was like hidden. I just happened to click on it on accident just now.
Well, that's good because that helps us out. Hey, opening, reading into things, maybe sometimes a little too much, but sometimes we get some good information on the weekly Dama news. And here, So then actually, if that's the case, I would change my shit to Bonds, because Bonds is like the all-time. Maybe it's just like an OG kind of style, but
very and all of Krom is steezy, right? Like that's kind of like their thing. They have very good flow, I would say. But yeah, like Bonds, would say could take it, or I mean even Skaggs, who isn't like a pro player, he's a Kromie, I think. But Skaggs has his moments where he like does some like pretty crazy shit. Not that he's a bad player. But he definitely has like some clips where I'm like, holy shit, like that was whack.
Yeah.
And Yonkers. Of course he's Yonkers. I'm gonna get tanked compared to Skaggs for sure.
That was a Skaggy trick.
I mean, like when you have Yui and Skaggs going up against each other, like of course, like just Yui's a great player. But yeah,
she doesn't have I get like she does have a bit of steez. Whatever. Everyone can read into it and has their favorites and shit. So it's just a fun thing. I don't know what's up with the basketball. Do you know, like, is it because like basketball season or something in the States? Dream Team, is that March, what it is, right? Kind of thing?
I don't know what the Dream Team thing is, but in March, everybody does like their March Madness brackets.
Okay.
So
okay. Kendama version.
March. Yeah, Kendama version.
There you have it. there you have it. I think that was a while ago, but that one is out too, everyone. So yeah, that was the Krom stuff. What else? You already hit up that. I have a few more. You have anything you want to throw in?
That's it. That's all I had.
Okay. So for all the Sulab crazy heads out there, Sulab is releasing going into the world of Marvel. Sue, if you didn't know, loves Marvel. If you're following his account, you'll see many times he has like pictures of like Marvel characters that he has all over Sulab, like these. I'm always joking around. I'm like, dude, you need to get rid of these toys and fill them up with wood toys instead of plastic toys.
Yeah,
you know?
And I'll bring them up really quick.
Yeah, there you go. So he loves that shit so much. And here we have a Spider-Man and Venom Dama that will be coming out. Looks like it's a Tama option for the Spidey, and then a full absolute for the Venom that you have a chance to pick up. There's that. And another cool thing coming out of Japan, a new one, Jack Kendama. So we saw from last week, High Receipts released a collab video, made that promotional video for Jack Kendama for the Kayaki. And they did that because, hey, guess what? Kayaki Jack is coming out, but it's not your average Kayaki, all right? This one, of course, has got a special flair to it. It's got some special grip. It has this micro grip, almost like a fingerprint that they have added to the Tama and all of the ring stall areas, or the ring stall, all the stall areas to the Kendama, okay? If you look, they have a lot of pretty close-up pictures where you can actually see grooves in the whole Tama. And I was like, this must have like shredded some Tamas like into a bad, like I wonder what will happen to these over time, especially with the heat and the humidity that we get here in Japan. I'm sure, like, I mean, that's one of the best things about using natties. So this might even actually enhance that. I mean, thinking about like the raw ash Damas from GT, they weren't adding extra lines to it, but they were just keeping it unpolished. They were keeping it raw so that the grain could really pop out. And this is just really making that stand out even more. So very interested to see, because in the video with the High Receipts, like, yes, Kaito hit like inward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lunar with this thing. And when I saw it, I didn't know it was this micro grip, but I saw him doing that and I was like, oh shit, oh, 1, 2, 3, oh man, 3. And I'm like, oh shit, he's going 4. And then you see him bend down for 5 and I'm like, no way. Bam, he hits the 5. Very reminiscent, reminded me of like Stod. Little dude loves Stods. But to do that on a natty, and it's not humid, it's still cold and dry out here. But now I know, hey, new micro grip technology coming from Japan, Jack Kendama.
So I do, was that your last thing?
Yep.
Okay,
oh no, I have more, but for this topic right now, yeah.
Well, then I do just want to say really quick, how different do you think this is compared to like a GT raw, unfinished with that raised grain? Do you think it would play similar?
Dude, I'm not so sure. I believe it would play similar. The only places where it would be different is the fact that they're doing this technique on the ridges of the cups. So birding and all these perch areas, stall areas will be enhanced, where if you're looking at the GTs, just the raw ash, it's just the Tama, nothing about any of the stall points. So that is an enhancement right there. But yeah, very interesting. I don't have a premium Kayaki. I've always been eyeballing the Mugen Muso Kayaki that Iwata-san released back in the day. But this one actually makes me feel like, hey, it's something new within the world, something I would like to try out.
I agree.
Yeah.
Wait. Sold out. Sorry, MJ.
Shut up. No way.
Yeah. Look.
Oh, you just went to the site? Well, I got to call up Nobu. $90. So it was pretty much 100. I got to go to the source. Okay. In any case, other Kendamas that are coming out, you know, here and there, sometimes if you're following the hashtag Kendama, you might see some new companies trying to make a splash in this ocean. And one that I saw, Moonlight Kendamas. You heard of this one, Rylan? Moonlight.
I have not.
Kendamas. Hey, here we go. You got some Moonlight. Everything is revolving around this idea of space, which is something I believe Weens didn't coin, but he almost made his own with his original pro mod from KUSA, all about space, making craters, the moon and stuff. So here you go, Moonlight Kendama. They have a very, very interesting style of base cup, just the way that it goes from the ring stall down. It's very tall. The ring stall is very high up, which is different. There's not much of an edge, right? I mean, like, not saying anything bad about it. Everyone's different, and it's really cool that they're trying something to stand out, and they're doing so with that. But hey, there you go. Another new Kendama coming out. Looks like they have some sort of hand-painted.
Hand-painted,
looks like
hand-cleared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the brush strokes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you look at this one, you can almost even see, like, the lines that they're like trying to match, where they've got it like they had it like taped off. Yeah,
exactly. So hey, who knows what these guys have in store? Los Angeles, California. Maybe if anyone's in the area, you can get some more info. See who's creating this company or artist. DM for collabs or inquiries. There you go. They're very up to doing some more stuff, and they're just starting out. Could be a cool thing to experiment with. Check it out, everyone.
MJ, do you want one of those? Because I got bad news for you.
No,
they're all sold out.
It's all right.
Why are we so late to this?
They don't got no micro lines, but they're still going to be producing. At the beginning, I'm sure they're creating little by little to make sure that there's a demand for it. And another brand that is asking if there is a demand for it, another one that I've seen that came out. We kind of touched upon the whole topic last time, maybe 2 weeks ago. Strings. Companies out there are like, hey, let's get into the string game. I think it was like Ghostly.
What was it?
Strings? Something last time?
Yeah.
This time there's Ken Kids.
Ken Kids.
Oh,
Ken Kids.
Yes. Did I say it differently? So it sounds like
good.
the 8 is silent. It says specifically, but they did start out, and it says that they are strings, all about strings. The 8 is silent. Kendama Strings, a branded brand for now. In parentheses, for now, something they may be growing into. Hence why I said, asking if there's a demand for it. It looks like in the recent posts, they're releasing kind of ideas for a Tama colorway and asking, hey, would you pick it up? If so, then we have kind of, I guess, the okay to motivation to put these out for people to pick up. But if you scroll back, it started in February of last year, 2021, is their first post where you could buy a new 100 spool strings, 100 strings, 10 of each color, different colors. They come with 2 stringing tools and a pin, 5 stickers, 5 beads, and bearings, $50, $5 shipping.
It's not a terrible deal.
A lot of strings. It's a lot of strings.
Yeah, again, it is a lot of strings.
Who needs all my strings? How can we recycle these? Is there like trading? There should be like some new company out there that's going to be like, hey, we'll trade and like properly dispose of or recycle, I don't know, your old 4-finger strings for this new strings.
I really like that idea, MJ. Let's talk after this. Another crazy thing is Serial posted on their account, just another company working with Serial. Serial posted on their account, hey, if you guys like the 1.5 Serial shape, go comment that you'd be interested in this. So,
okay.
And I actually like the Serial 1.5 more than the Serial Performer, which is like the V2. So I don't know. Yeah, that might be. If
anyone needs more information about like sizing stuff, Dama Decks, go check it out. He's got a few different things up there. You can see. That
was cool. That's okay. Sorry. That's Kendama works with Dama Decks to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
dude, the day I brought it up was one day that you missed, and he filled in for you, and it was pretty funny because I was like, "Hey, what's this all about, Dama Decks?" And dude's like, "That's me, actually." By the way.
That's Will. Yeah, Will is one of the co-owners of Kendama. Great guy. Yeah, he was like, "Wouldn't it be cool if I did that?" And I was like, Yeah, it would be cool. Do that.
It would be. So everyone, if you want to check out Dama Dex, he's got an Instagram, also YouTube page. Not YouTube. Sorry, just a normal website. And he's trying to measure out all the different kendamas that he has and grow the collection, so everyone can kind of see visually. He even has like just a simple chart of the pictures from small to big, so you can see what lies where height wise. So cool to just see reference. But yeah, dude, strings, more strings. And a very interesting thing that I just saw to bring up about like strings, how innovative, how new can you get with strings? And I feel like one way that you could do it, I just mentioned before, is kind of recycling system. I don't know what you do with the old strings. But another thing is how Adrian always burns and pinches his strings, so you can thread them through your kendama or tama very easily, right? Mm-hmm. And this is something just recently, like somebody showed, like they shared in their story, and then Adrian reshared it and stuff. And I've talked with him personally about like how he does it, and like how he's got to like always just destroys his fingers because of that whole process. But it makes it so much easier for people who get the strings and who are stringing up to get rid of the stringing tool. And then within the story that he just reposted, he adds, like, screw that extra plastic. And you know what? I was like, yeah, as the world, degrades more and more because of humans putting more plastics in, and you watch more documentaries about microplastics in all the oceans and then in the food. And then if you eat a lot of fish, then it's in you. It's like, oh my God. We all try to do our part to somewhat kind of help out, see what we can do. And that is a really small thing, but I kind of feel like if you're going to go into the string space, having that kind of view is awesome. And I always feel like that ups it to be a more premium string if people are creating this. I mean, back in the day, do they still do them? I'm not even sure. Glue on the strings.
No.
Super glue. They don't do that. Okay, so
not that I know of.
I like getting a bunch of Kens from Ken Lab. Maybe if you still go to the GT site, you can get Ken Lab strings. And the Ken Lab would always dip all the string tips in super glue so they were stiff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would be able to poke them through a lot easier and not use the stringing tool. That. Yeah. So I'm like doing things like that, I believe, has a better kind of like, for the customer, takes it better as just like a bunch of strings, a bunch of spools of strings that anybody can go on Amazon. You figure out your gauge of whatever string and then whatnot, you just figure that problem out, and then you just buy them, and then you just cut them and put them out. Like that's it. Like anybody can do that, really. Yeah. But if you take that extra step of adding an ease for the customer who then picks it up, that's when it's like, oh, this is something else.
Yeah, and he does burn them all by hand. I think he said... Yes. I don't know if he was talking to you or if he was talking to Adam. I guess you, right? But he said that he got like even like a callus between his fingers because he was like...
He's been titty twisting so much. Yeah. Master titty twister. Don't want to get titty twisted by Adrian. Ever. Yeah.
Some sort of starch glue to help with stringing. I hate it. Makes the string all twist. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they're like starched. They're like, I wouldn't say it's like glue, but they're like crispy.
They're crispy, yeah. But I mean, you just cut those. Like I just use it to thread it, and then I chop that guy, and then I make the knot.
Right. Also that, Stacy, that's what I do. So, yeah. I guess unless you have to use all of the 8-finger string, if you're like a really long string person, but I'm not.
Oh, okay. Well, that's true. That's another thing where I have no problem with that. All the strings I get, I gotta cut in half, and I throw them in the garbage because I'm getting some silky premium strings on that jams. But there you go, Ken kids. We'll see what happens with strings, more strings and stuff.
Yeah, and I am interested to see what they do with that serial 1.5 shape. If it's an exact replica, or if it's just a, I don't know, spiced up version. But then wouldn't a spiced up version just be the performer shape? I don't know. I'm not going to complain. We'll just see what happens.
Some cayenne sprinkled on in the bag. When you open it, you get a puff full of spice.
Have to go to the emergency room. What a fun surprise.
Hey, surprise, you can't play Kendama for a week. That's it for this week, everyone. Rylan, that's all my articles. You?
Yeah, I'm good. Just almost tore down my tripod. Great.
All right. Well, yeah. There you have it, everyone. That's the weekly roundup for this week. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks for everyone who stuck it with us and continue to enjoy this live stream, giving comments down below. We're reading them as well, giving some feedback. That's really awesome. These will be going up later on, possibly today or possibly tomorrow, as a podcast form, as well as on YouTube. Once I get that out there, then you can go and re-enjoy this whole episode if you want to do that. Or hey, maybe if you're jumping in right now, you didn't catch the first half, that's another option that you have to watch the whole thing.
And if you are really only interested in about hearing the sweet stuff, I'm going through and I'm timestamping those, and I'm working backwards for the older weeks.
Exactly.
So yeah, timestamps. You can just go see what you want to watch.
That's it. Thank you for hanging out with us again. Go out there, have a good one. Keep it clean. See you, Rylan, for next week.
See you,
everyone.